Back home, I was able to sneak under the car and pull off the existing pieces of exhaust pipe. Then I pulled out the exhaust that I just bought for my car and mounted it up to the M. Then the sway bar went back on, and the crank position sensor also got plugged in. These get swapped a lot, so just watch out if you ever go to put one of these back in. Then the airbox got cleaned out. There's definitely evidence of squirrels, chipmunks, mice, you name it, living in this engine bay. Then I cranked it up to see what would happen. Evidently, nothing at all. First, I wanted to see if it's making any spark. That's the spark plug right there, to see if it's arcing blue, which it was not. The upper part of the crank position sensor plug was unplugged in the engine bay, so I plugged it back in, shot some brake clean in the air intake, and tried firing it up. It kicked and sputtered, which means it's now making spark. Then I wanted to look at the fuel injectors. I pulled all 6 out, and they looked pretty toast. Well, cruddy, I should say. 2 of the caps fell off in the cylinders, and it was really fun fishing them out with my little camera and some safety wire. I cut off a fuel injector connector from an old wire harness I had from an E28, and just put a little dot of alcohol on the top of the plug, and then tap it and get it to start to click. And you heard the clicking before. And that's what it sounds like. And it eventually dripped out whatever varnished fuel was in there. And after doing all 6, this is what I got out. Pretty good. Then I put all the fuel rail and injectors back in, which was not the easiest, but not the hardest. And there were a couple other things that just needed to be tidied up. I did buy a new intake elbow boot, which has that duct tape on it right now. Next, I wanted to see if the fuel pump relay was any good, and you can see it there clicking on and off. So at least the fuel pump was getting electricity at the time. I felt kind of dumb because it actually just had no fuel in the tank at the time. So I filled it up with some fresh gas, and here's what happens. Then I took it outside to get it out of my garage, and in order to put the E30 back inside. There's the little exhaust leak in the muffler. It's okay, I'll have it patched up and fixed. It felt really awesome to give the car its first little rinse down just to get the dust off of it. But stay tuned for more footage, as I have many more things going on with this car.